Hello and welcome to another Friday stream. This time, not a gaming stream, Hannah. We're here for something else.
Not a gaming stream, but of course we're still talking about games because it wouldn't be Friday if we didn't talk about some of our latest and greatest favorites to Xbox.
Absolutely. I got even double Xbox today.
I know.
For the stream.
I don't want to put you on the spot, Fletch, but do you want to showcase that beautiful new T-shirt you have?
Oh yeah, let's do it. The brand new Xbox T-shirt we've got. Is it blurring out a little bit? That's okay. It's beautiful.
It's magical, Fletch. Absolutely.
One of two.
Beautiful. One of two.
Yeah, maybe.
Not just one, but two.
That's right. We'll have to showcase the second one next week because obviously if we've got them, we're going to be giving them away at some point. So if you like it, let us know. It might encourage us to give them away sooner because I have a feeling Stephen might be someone who's a big fan.
I like your style, Fletch. Watch the Space Team. You know we always love to do a good giveaway. But yeah, what are we talking about today, Fletch?
So today we are talking about the Developer Direct stream that just happened 2 days ago, right, Hannah? Was it 2 days? I think
yesterday morning for us.
Yesterday morning.
It was the 25th in the US, and I think it was like very early or like relatively early in the morning for us yesterday on the 26th. So we're slightly late to the party, but we're coming in hot. The reason I wanted to do it today instead of yesterday is because one of the games, which we will get to soon, came out on Game Pass like straight away. So I've already played it, and I'm really looking forward to getting. It's so cool, right? I'm looking forward to being able to talk about it straight away and share my excitement with all of you when we get to that part in our scheduled programming, Fletch. I won't take all of the cake straight away.
Okay, good. You better not. No. But no, Sarah, we are going to go through a reaction of everything that was revealed in that stream. Some of it we knew a little bit about, but we got more in-depth knowledge. And most importantly, we got some dates on some games, which is very, very important. But Hannah, should we talk about the first game that they showcased? Should we do that?
Yes, of course we should. And I know that this is one that you're particularly looking forward to, Fletch.
Absolutely. So one of the very first game that they revealed for the day, I got to stay on it, was Minecraft Legends. So this is a game that we did know a little bit about, but they gave us a lot of insights into what the PvP and online side of the game would be. So Minecraft Legends is a very different take on Minecraft. It's actually a strategy game take. So you saw it there. There's a giant map that you interact with, and you go into different zones to try and take them over. You can play it online. You can play it offline. But you have to go and take over the territory and defeat the piglins, because the piglins are trying to screw everyone over, really. So you've got a hero, you need to go gather resources, you need to build up a base, protect your castle, take over the other castles. It all sounds like it's going to be a very fun but intense game.
Totally agree. And Fletch, if we have learned and any of our viewers have learned anything in watching us on a Friday, it's that you, Fletch, are our king of the strategy game. None of us could do very well at a strategy game. You've seen AP and you've seen me try and play Age of Empires with you. So I know that this is going to be absolutely right up your alley. I know that you're a Minecraft fan already, but I think it's so cool. Like Minecraft is such a well-loved, cherished franchise. To add a whole new element into that universe, I'm really, really looking forward to.
100%, and it's just cool to see the potential of Minecraft keep going. I never thought I'd ever be a Minecraft fan. Totally didn't get it back in 2012, but so get it now. And this has got just so much of those like strategy game tropes, which make a strategy game really cool, but it's really different at the same time, which is great. So we heard a lot of the actual people who worked on the game, who developed it, talk about what they loved, and it was really funny hearing people talk about it because it just made me think of Age of Empires, to be honest. Like, talked about they love to build up the base and make castles and make it a maze. When I'm playing against people like Tim or our old mate Ruben, that's the only way I play because I can't beat them in a fair fight. So it'd be creative. But then, people just spamming one unit or going and collecting a ton of resources because of the importance of that. It was quite cool. Even building a forward base, another classic Age of Empires tactic. But at the same time, it can't be confused with Age of Empires, right? Because you do have your hero, your leader. There are just differences in how everything operates. So I think it's got enough of what we know and love from strategy games, and particularly real-time strategy, but it's got like plenty of a Minecraft twist on it. So I might force someone to play that with me on a Friday.
I think I'm going to volunteer myself.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to it. And something I know that you already talk about a lot with Minecraft and with Xbox in general in terms of ray tracing and how it makes stuff look. I'm really excited about how this game looks. Something that really caught my eye in that trailer that we just shared are the seasons. Having some snow in Minecraft, having the seasons, having castles. Obviously, I'm fresh back from a holiday in the UK where snow and castles have very much been a big part of the last month of my life. So seeing that in the trailer, I'm just like, yes, please, I'm sold, and I really want to see what this one is all about.
Absolutely, and you'll notice a trend on this, but when it releases, it's on Game Pass.
Yes. It's on
Can't
Game
not
Pass.
Say that, right? It's on Game Pass. I'm going to get it. I have Game Pass.
I know. And like you say, Fletch, that's definitely going to be a theme as we talk through. And, I'm prepared. Fletch, I have the official Xbox News article up next to me. And not only is it coming to Game Pass, but it's got a launch date as well, which is exciting. So Minecraft Legends will be released on Tuesday, April 18th, which is exciting.
Yes. So, Hannah, I know when we were talking about this, we were going to talk about it in order. But do we still want to talk about it in order? Or do we want to, get to what you're super excited to talk about?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to turn down the opportunity to be like, this is what's important to me and I'd like to talk about it, please. So our good friend Jay actually messaged us. Anyone who's ever tuned into any of our stream before, I'm sure you know who our good friend Jay Stothers is. But he flicked me a message and was just like, Hannah, have you watched the announcement yet? And I'm ashamed to admit I didn't watch it live, but I did watch the full announcement in its entirety. And Jay was just like, Hannah, there's something that you are going to be super sold on. Like, I already know that this game is going to be right up your alley. And as soon as I was watching it, I was like, this is what Jay's talking about. And he is 100% correct. Hi-Fi Rush. Oh, my goodness. So it came out on Game Pass straight away. So I played it yesterday, and here's like a little video I just made this morning. It's going to come out on our Instagram and Facebook. But basically, you are this guy, his name is Chai, and he wants to be a rock star. But he goes through this procedure that goes wrong, as you saw in the beginning, where his music player is fused into his chest, which kind of sets the whole premise of the game where everything is to a beat. So you can see it running across the bottom like a metronome there, keeping you in time. The more like you do in time in terms of like when you hit the robots that you're fighting against, the more damage you're going to do and the more points you are going to earn as well. So I think for me, like a lot of you know that I've been in quite a journey with getting into gaming, but like the coordination, the different skills that gaming has taught me, I think this game is like the epitome of all of it. It's called an action rhythm game, which I didn't know about. Apparently there are a few other rhythm games out there that I was just like, where have I been living under a rock? But I like it. Just for me, this is like the epitome of everything that I want in a video game, and I absolutely loved it. I've done the first level and I really struggled to put it down, so highly recommend it. And it's on Game Pass already, Fletcher. Already.
That's right. Already. And that was a big surprise, right? Like they were like, by the way, you wouldn't have heard about this. Hopefully it hasn't linked. Like that's what they said on stream. This is a brand new game. Welcome. By the way, it's on Game
You can
Pass
play it
today.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
So good. Cameron, I love this comment. It's like Devil May Cry plus rhythm. That is amazing because my husband's all-time favorite game is Devil May Cry. And he plays guitar. So this is literally the perfect game for him. So the only thing, I'm sad it's not a multiplayer, because you know how much we love a multiplayer game in our household. But we also have 2 Xboxes. So we might just play it single player while we sit next to each other. And I'm just going to watch Graham do much better at the game than me. But it doesn't matter. It's so much fun regardless.
As I was watching the stream, I was just like, this is just so Hannah. Like, not just because it has music. Not just because it has music, but the game that it reminds me of a little bit, obviously like different mechanics, is a game that we both enjoy, Sunset Overdrive.
Yes, it is.
It feels,
It really does. And I think, like some of you may know, that I went on a mission last year to play a different game from Game Pass every single week of the year. And Sunset Overdrive was the first game that I played last year. And now this was the first game that I played this year. So it feels like a real like full circle moment. And you're totally right, Fletch. It definitely has that same kind of like rocky vibe to it, jumping around. Like the world that you're in is like beautiful and colorful. The style of the game is really, really gorgeous. And the other thing that I've already harped on to you, Fletch, about this, but the other thing that I really, really love about this game is it's got both original music in it as well as licensed music. So in the game trailer, it's Lonely Boy by the Black Keys, which is one of my all-time favorite songs. And so that's actually in the game. You actually start the game like going, it's so good. So good. I really, really enjoyed it. So, and I can't wait to see what other songs are in the game that you get to like run along in time to and like smash your electric guitar into robots to. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's very cool. But we've got 3 more games to talk about.
3 more games. I know. Thank you for letting me jump in early and feel like I can take up as much time as I need. But what's next on our list, Fletch? What other games are coming soon?
I feel really bad that Andrew Pearson isn't back today because I love the game I'm about to talk about, but
not as much as Andrew Pearson.
Yeah, he lives the game we're about to talk about. It is the AP game. And that game is Forza Motorsport 8, which I am just so insanely excited about because it's been 2 horizons since we got our last Motorsport update. And I know AP and I, Motorsport is our favorite version of Forza. And when we do trainings, we have spent many, many hours going around Bathurst and other famous tracks, seeing who can get the best time out of their cars. But it's very exciting to see the latest edition. And as always with Forza, they constantly are pushing themselves to be the best motorsport game, the best racing game out there. So what you can see here, the seasons, the weather, that changes as the game goes on. So it's not just going to be a rainy track or a summer track or a sun track. Those weather patterns are going to come and affect it as you drive at any point in time.
And I think that's the coolest thing, right? Like you're never going to play all of the game because you've got different seasons, different vehicles, different tracks, all of those things, and you can have different combinations each and every time you play. And of course, you're always going to be chasing beating your own high score at the same time as well, right?
Absolutely. And even the little things like they've introduced so that as you modify your car, which is a huge part of Forza, I still think I can't think of a game personally that I've played where I've had the same level of detail or pleasure of an experience customizing the game as in Forza. But now if you add a turbo to a car, the noise of the engine changes. So they've gone to all this effort to record how cars sound with different, components chucked on. So yeah, put a turbo on, you might have a blow-off valve start to appear on your car. If you're into cars, you'll know what that means, and that's pretty cool.
West Auckland things.
That is actually a super West Auckland thing to say. You are not wrong.
So funny. What I couldn't help but notice about that clip that you just played, Fletch, is down in the bottom, it said that it's all 4K in-game footage.
60 frames per second.
How amazing is that, right? Like, that's something that I love. Like, I'm more of a Horizon fan myself, but that's just because I'm not very good at racing games.
Yeah.
But just the sheer amount of beauty that goes into the Forza franchise is absolutely incredible. So, I really enjoyed Forza Horizon 4, being able to drive around the UK, get to go through Edinburgh before I got to actually go there in person. Really love going through Mexico and Forza Horizon 5. But, maybe it's on my list this year, Fletch, to be better and to actually win a race without all of the possible assists on.
You bet we're going to be playing this game. There's no way we're not going to be doing a big team stream of this game.
For sure. I'm already ready for Lisa and AP to have an argument, because there's going to be lots of crashing going on. And of course, it's going to be AP's fault. Yeah. Sorry, AP. Call in now.
And the great thing for Jonesy is she has more new cars to choose from to crash into AP with than ever before. So,
magic.
Fantastic
The options are endless.
But there were two more games. One which I know everyone is dying for us to get to, because everyone who likes games in the world is talking about it. But we have something that, again, is pretty near and dear to my heart, but I'd love to hear a few of your thoughts on it, Hannah. And that one is a new Elder Scrolls Online chapter.
Fletch, I need you to tell me more about Elder Scrolls. Because I think that this Elder Scrolls was really early in my personal gaming journey. And I was just like, no, thank you, too hard. So I feel like with this new online version and this new injection into the world, that I can jump on this and pretend, just like I did with Halo, pretend like I've been there all along.
I don't need you to ask me to talk about Elder Scrolls too many times, because I'm more than happy to. Elder Scrolls is something that I'm just such a massive fan of. I'm just a bit of a nerd, and Elder Scrolls is peak video game nerddom to me, in terms of the whole fantasy world that they've built. So it takes place in a world called Tamriel, and Elder Scrolls Online, unlike Skyrim or Morrowind back in the day, does the best job it can to introduce new provinces in that world every chapter. So for this game, for the first time ever, they've got Eastern Morrowind introduced. And that means that there's new enemies that you're going to fight, new cultures you interact with, new places to go visit, and secrets to learn. But Elder Scrolls has always been an incredibly in-depth fantasy game. It is story-driven as anything else. You can pick up books and read and really immerse yourself in the world while playing a game that honestly feels like Dungeons and Dragons in video game form. I know there's lots of games that are like that, but this is one of the best games that's ever done that. So not only are you going to get nostalgia feels, but you're going to get brand new Elder Scroll experiences you've never had before. There's the third class that they've introduced since launch is getting put into this. And we're going to be facing some loved and known enemies called, in particular, a few Daedra. And that's going to be really fun. So I've probably just talked nerd speech to a whole bunch of people, but look at it. It looks amazing. It looks beautiful. How could you not love it?
So good. I think that the colors in this game are really capturing me. I don't know if I've imagined this fact, but stick with me here. I feel like I've heard for not only cinematic film but animation, that candles are some of the most difficult things to work with. Don't know if that's a real fact, but I feel like I couldn't have made this up. But alas, just seeing all of those opening sequences and that video full of candlelight, I'm just like, what a bold choice. And it's clearly paid off. It looks absolutely magical. Like you say, adding to that fantasy and that feel. And I love it, like you said, Fletch, it's not necessarily common for games to build on the world or stick with the same thing as they kind of grow and adjust their franchise and their series. So I'm excited to, like I say, to jump on the bandwagon and pretend like I've been there the whole time, because I'm going to get to learn more about the place where kind of the game was originally set as well.
I think you're right on the candle point too, Hannah, and you've totally triggered something that we absolutely need to mention. most of these games are built with Series X and Series S in mind.
Yes, of course.
That beautiful candle you noticed, they're actually making use of ray tracing, which, you know, is something that all of these games are going to be able to do and continue to do in better ways. Forza, you could see like the reflections have gotten better, the sunlight has gotten better, but that also is why like candles and stuff are just going to be way better. It's all that lighting and reflection is just next level.
Magical.
So,
absolutely magical. So good. But you've
speaking
saved.
Of magic, is that what I'm hearing? Speaking of magic,
exactly.
Speaking of magic, more weird and wonderful magical creatures are pretty much here. We have a fusion of magic and modern world, with Redfall being a major discussion point for this developer stream. It was the last game. They definitely saved it to the end on purpose, because every man and his dog who is truly into gaming has been waiting for Redfall for a little while. It's a game where you can play it co-op or single player, online co-op or not, and you are essentially going through the town of Redfall, and I believe it's Massachusetts, in America, which has been taken over by vampires, and we need to free the town of this vampiric plague. But some of the townspeople have turned, Hannah. They're cultists, and they're helping the vampires out, and that's not a good thing. So we take the role of a character that you like, and you're going to liberate Redfall from the vampire menace.
Amazing. And I think the most exciting thing is we've been given a date. There's finally a date on when Redfall is joining us. And that is May the 2nd.
That's a massive deal, right? That's what everyone's been wanting, because I think initially, like, ballpark figure was end of last year. But no, they're making sure the game is ready when it comes out. And I'm really excited because I love this kind of co-op campaign. I know Ty does as well. We're both Back 4 Blood fans. We're both Left 4 Dead fans, which is, you know, almost got big elements in this game. You're with 3 other people. You've got guns. You're going around trying to complete missions, but it's a little bit more like open world at the same time. You know, you go to different regions. You need to perform different actions to free areas. You need to follow the storyline. And I just think it's cool. I think it's going to be quite a lot of fun to play, and it's another one that hopefully we can stream when it does come out in May, because it's going to be a big deal.
Yes, please. I've heard so much about this game that I'm excited to know, like, when it's going to be here. When it's going to be here, when I can pick up my controller. I might be telling fibs, I need to double check, but I think you can pre-install it on Game Pass now.
Yeah, now? Yeah, maybe. Let me check that right now.
Let's thank you, Fletcher, for being resident fact checker. But that's something that I love about Game Pass as well, that you can head over to the app and, like, when you can pre-install stuff. So, you know, it's like back in the day waiting at midnight in a long line for that game that you've been waiting for ages. But the digital version, the at-home version, so I can set it to pre-install, and then day one, when it's ready, when I'm able to play it, boom, it's there. It's waiting for me, ready to go, which is very, very exciting. Dave is with me. Did I tell Fib?
Yeah, you can pre-install. You didn't tell a Fib. That's crazy. Yeah. It's a few months out, but it's pre-installable. That's just mind-blowing.
So good, right?
Usually,
so, you know, like, obviously May's a little while away, so you might forget about it. We won't let you, but you might. You might forget about it between now and May. So if you set that pre-install, it's just going to appear on your console. So when it's ready, you're going to be ready.
100%. It's not going to fill your console up until it actually needs to, but it's going to know. It's got permission to make sure you're ready.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. And Dave is right there with me saying he loves it. Loves how Game Pass lets you pre-install games. It's definitely one of my favorite parts as well. But Fletch, I want to put a question to you, and of course, all of the people who have joined us on our stream. which game made you personally the most excited from the Developer Direct conference just yesterday?
Oh man, you have put me in a really tough spot because
So much goodness, right? So much goodness.
It really is. It's so much goodness. I think the number one I'm most excited is actually Redfall. Funnily enough,
Yeah.
I think that's the one I'm most excited for. But like Minecraft Legends and Forza Motorsport 8 is like hot on its heels. Like I'm really looking
and
forward.
I think, like in what we've been talking about, and in like looking at the Xbox News article I have up next to me, they're really different games. You know, like it's not often that you get an announcement where you feel like there's a little bit of something for everyone. Any style of game you're into, I really feel like it's been delivered, and this awesome announcement, and this awesome kind of review of the games that are up and coming. So lots of different stuff for you to dip your toes into on Game Pass. I know we've said it probably like 100 times already, but these games are all coming to Game Pass, which is awesome. And like I've said it before as well, like for me, I'm willing to give stuff a go because I don't have to pay for it. You know, like I haven't played Elder Scrolls before. I'm sorry, everyone. But the fact
you need
that
to, Hannah. It's on Game Pass. It's already on Game Pass. Go play it.
I know. Fletcher. All right.
Next week's game is sorted for you. There we sorted. Let's put peer pressure on.
I need to get on the hype. I need to prepare myself. But yes, so many different things. Love it. See, Cameron, you're on my wavelength today, my friend. You're really reading my mind. Hi-Fi Rush is just awesome. I think it's a very cool, different style of game, right? And it's different from what Tango have done before, but it's obviously like a much loved studio with kind of, I guess, a lot of gusto behind them already. So to release something as such a mic drop moment, I think was very, very cool. And Dave's totally right. I'm here. I'm committing to another year in 2023 because there's just so much on Game Pass that I'm gonna love and enjoy.
Yes, so much yes. But I think that's about us, right, Hannah? I reckon we need to let everyone go, get back into their day. Hopefully you've all enjoyed watching the stream. I hope that you're excited for all the games that are coming out. I already know a lot of the people watching have Game Pass already, so looking forward to hearing how those games are and your actual experience when they come out. But we'll be back next week with more streams. We're going to be back to our Tuesday stream next week as well as our Friday stream. So until then, EZers, make sure you hop over to Expert Zone, learn more about all the latest and greatest hardware and software from Microsoft and our partners. But until then, peace out. See you later.
See ya.